You're watching Gold Rush in a Rush, and we're recapping the Season 13 2-hour season finale, Klondike Climax. So what happened? With only one wash plant remaining, Parker's plan is to truck both the Panama Canal cut and the Runway cut to Big Red. Frozen Pay jams the hopper twice, and a shaker deck spring gets replaced, otherwise not much happens. And a final cleanup finds 629.3 ounces, giving Parker 8,118 ounces for the season. And they film a pretty anticlimactic end to his time at Indian River. I assumed I wasn't getting this. But something more than nothing would have been nice. And we also learn he's off to Peru to look for gold with Tyler. Okay. Tony finds what he claims to be a glory hole. While digging it out, a rock truck gets stuck and is dragged out. Then cracks and broken welds appear everywhere in the rings the trommel turns on. It can't be fixed, and they are done for the season. Weird they didn't see any of these problems last week when they spent the entire time working on it. Anyway, a final Goldway finds 694.02 ounces, giving Tony 5,295 ounces for the season. And it's another one of those, can we believe it, moments for me. Did Tony really find over 13% of his gold in less than 4% of his season? And if so, why is everyone so bored during the epic Goldway? I don't know, maybe it's a Dutch thing. Wait, did that come off as insensitive? I really don't feel that way because...
There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
What?
Remember last week when the Claytons gave up on Golden Acres, and then spent the entire episode moving their wash plant to mine underneath it? Well, it's all forgotten, and they're back in Golden Acres. They deal with broken grizzly bars, a ripped belt, and an out-of-alignment pulley. Nothing out of the ordinary. And a cleanup finds 28.4 ounces, giving them 168 ounces for the season, and enough gold to justify a return next year. But will it be enough gold to beat Fred and win the whiskey wager? Not that Fred could pay for it if he loses.
Say, Lloyd, it seems I'm temporarily late. How's my credit in this joint?
Fred opens a new corner of the Freedom Cut until a dozer gets stuck and then starts on fire. An oil pressure line is blown and Fred runs away in a screaming panic. Using generator exhaust to keep their sluice runs thawed, they run their remaining pay. And a campfire cleanup finds 19.75 ounces, giving him 157 ounces for the season. Fred offers a bonus to all his crew, more on that in a second, but they all return it to him as they are so inspired by his leadership, which starts him crying, and then they all hug. So about that bonus, let me just run some quick numbers. If it's true, when Fred refers to 10 ounces per week as a break-even point on fuel and expenses, that means after a 26-week season, he needs to mine 260 ounces just to get to a profit of 0. Which is why the original 500-ounce goal, though seemingly impossible, kind of made sense. But then 500 became 200, then 200 became 157, which is a total disaster of a season. So that 157 isn't even close to covering things. Because that's before the gold is even refined, before the royalties are paid, before all the unexpected fuel and equipment charges, before he buys back his mortgaged house, and before he pays the Clayton brothers their whiskey wager. So where exactly did that bonus money come from? Oh, that makes sense. Tune in next season when we learn Fred likes his whiskey just like he likes his mining career, on the rocks. And that's it, folks. 10 years in the books. 10 years of this. What a life. What an accomplishment. Thanks so much to those of you who have been watching since the very beginning, or even those who just started this year. I appreciate all the comments and likes and support. It's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it very much, more than you could ever know. As always, I have no idea if I'm going to do this again next year. To be honest, making Gold Rush recap videos is not a sign of good gold. I'd probably make more money working on one of Fred's claims than I do from this channel. So one more time, from both Mrs. the Hilt Nerds and me, thank you so much for watching.